Well, hello everyone, and we are back. We had some technical difficulties, but welcome to Success Power Hour Friday with Master Coach LaKendra Smalley, the founder and CEO of the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs, where we certify, train, and develop life coaches, teaching them how to turn their gifts into profit, to maximize in their gifts so they can live the life that they want to lead and leave the legacy of abundance, the legacy of joy, and love for their family and their friends. And so we're so excited to be here. I believe that we're working now because I have a comment over here. All right. Coach Nia says, now that I can see you, I can see you. So Coach Nia, please share this in our messenger so we can get other coaches to come in, and also tag a couple of people because y'all know we got a big treat today. Okay, we have a really big treat today, and I am so excited that y'all get to see and meet our special certified life coach who will be present here with us today. I am going to go ahead and jump into it because, honey, we got a little bit behind schedule, but it's okay because one thing that I tell people all the time is there is no such thing, right, as perfection, right? We always try to live like in this perfection. But there is a flow of perfectionism. There is a flow that you can like get into, and we call it excellence, right? So as long as we're all here in agreement with changes, right? As long as we're all here in agreement with the changes, and as long as we are all here on one accord, then that is the flow of perfection. And as long as we're flowing in perfectionism and in excellence, everything is going to be like really, really great. The real wonky thing is happening again with LinkedIn, but we're not going to worry about that. Coach Adam backstage, we're not going to worry about that. Let's jump into this because I want y'all to know a little bit about Coach Adam Morris, or Coach AD. You know, and when he comes out on stage, he'll tell y'all what you can call him. Okay, so Coach Adam Morris. He is a life coach. He is a business consultant. He is a drawing artist. He is a martial artist, which is so super dope. And he is the founder of a nonprofit that encourages entrepreneurship. And we know how important entrepreneurship is, especially since the pandemic. He is a godfather and he is a lover of people. And he grew up facing many hardships, right? So already we should be connecting. We should be connecting because we all have experienced hardships. And he decided to use those hardships to really fuel and change and become the inspiration and the example in his own life. When I asked him what inspired him to become a life coach, what he said was, I was inspired to become a life coach because my life was shit. He said that because y'all know I'll say shit, but Coach Adam said that. He was just raw and unapologetic about it. My life was shit, and he knew that he had to make some changes. And so he started the process. And when he started the process, he said it wasn't until Thanksgiving and a tall light walked into the house. And I can't wait to know who that tall light was, right? He said this tall light walked into the house, and that's when he knew that life coaching was the thing that was going to make a much needed shift in his life. So send some love, y'all. I'm getting ready to bring Coach Adam onto the stage. Hello, Coach Adam, Coach AD.
What up, though? Hello, Master Coach. How are you? How are y'all? Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, we'll work on it. And
we still gonna be great. We still are gonna be great anyway. So Coach Adam, introduce yourself to everybody that's tuning in.
Okay, hello, everyone. My name is Coach Adam. You can call me Coach Adam like in the Bible. My name is Coach Adam. I am your gifted purpose life coach. And what that means is I help you take your trauma, transform it into your testimony so that you can use your gifts to walk into your true purpose.
Awesome. I love that. And we all love, listening to your introduction, Coach Adam. Right now, shout out to hello, Mr. Clifton Anderson. Y'all know that's hubby. So Mr. Anderson is tuning in. He sends you some whoop, whoop, whoop. He done sent you some raise the roof.
Appreciate it.
Nappy Coach is here. Nappy Coach is making sure she's bringing a tribe all here. And so we're getting ready to kind of like just dive a little bit into just getting to know you a little bit more. But the first thing I want to address is, who was that tall light that walked in on Thanksgiving that helped change your whole life?
Man, so that tall light was Master Coach LaKendra. So she walked in. My aunt invited her to Thanksgiving one year. I think it was like 2 or 3 years ago. I think it was right before the pandemic hit. Mm-hmm. And you know how you can just resonate with something about somebody, and it was, for me, it was the fashions for me. And when I saw her, I was like, who is, my family is a certain way. I thought I was the only person that was, just a little extra, you know what I'm saying? So this person walks in, I'm like, who is this woman? And
was I a little extra, Coach? Was I a little extra on that day?
It was the glasses. It was the fashion. Not extra in a way like doing too much. Extra in a way like, my style. I'm showing you myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't show up as their authentic self. Mm-hmm. So, when you walked in, it was just like that resonated with me. The fashions resonated with me. Your height, your presence. You walked in and you owned the room in a house full. I don't know how many people you knew there outside of my aunt and her husband, but okay. And it was a house full. Like, it was kids. Like my nieces, they 18. They brought their friends there. It was like a bunch of people, and she walked in confident. We had some talking sessions and just sharing light, and that's what connected. I got your number, and I think it took me a while to call you, but we connected, and we just stayed connected, and now my life is changing.
Oh, that is so beautiful, and I really, really appreciate that. I remember we talked, we connected, and it took a little while, but in order to really attain like true transformation in your life, it doesn't happen quickly. It's not a fast thing. It's a slow process, right? Because to have that shift in mindset and to go through a reprogramming, just like, when a computer has a virus, when you install McAfee or whatever virus protection that you have, it still takes a process to truly get all of that virus out. So life transformation, people are like, oh, I want to just quit. I want to quit, smoking weed. I want to quit smoking cigarettes. I want to quit drinking. I want to quit eating chocolate cake. And it's a process that you have to allow to happen. And so that's what happened with our meetup. It was a process, and look at you now. And I've seen the growth, Coach Adam. You're just like growing like a speed of light, right? So tell us about when you talked about going through life obstacles. What obstacles that you don't mind sharing is one of the biggest obstacles that you were going through, but you're not going through anymore?
Okay. So, and one, y'all, I'm still going through the process. It's a lifelong journey. But the biggest obstacle for me was, at the time, I was working for a company. I'm not gonna mention their name, but you probably got their food products in your house, like probably. And I was working for this company, and I remember asking God for this job. I was like, I need to make a certain amount of money so that I can work on my businesses on the side. And when be careful what you ask for, because you might get it. So be specific. But I wanted to, I got the job, the amount that I asked for, and my life was focused on that job. Like working this job worked us like 60 hours a week. They could force us up to 21 hours or 21 days straight before the state required them to give us a day off. Um, and I was putting in the work just to earn the money, but it was just like I was just working to live and get up and do the same thing the next day. And it was just like not being able to run my business or help the community how I wanted to help. It was killing me. So but yeah, that plus I wouldn't say that I'm over it, but that plus at the same time I was diagnosed with HIV. And those things combined with working, not fulfilling my purpose, it did something to my mental. It crushed me. It crushed me. It put me in a shell of myself. Like I know I was showing up. People couldn't tell who I looked the same. Probably, I grew my locks out. But I know I wasn't showing up as who I really was. So and I it was to the point to where I wanted to end it. I was just like, I can't do it no more. But here I am.
Here you are. What was the surrender like? Because you got a diagnosis that a lot of people may not like accept and embrace and then continue on with life. Because I heard you say, like, I wanted to end it all, right? But what was the surrender? What did that feel like when you just said, this is my life? And I deserve to be here. What did that process look like for you?
Man, that process looked like people showing me love. Like you never know what somebody is going through. And I was talking with a friend of mine, like just people just encouraging me. Someone, I was staying in Houston at the time. They were like, you need to go back to Dallas. They sent me money to get home. I was staying with friends. That was the surrendering, because my pride was like, I can do this for myself. I'm a, do this, make this happen, da 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 da. And pride was keeping me from opening my mouth and asking for help. My trauma was like, I felt less than. And I had to surrender to myself to say, you need help. You need, for me, you need to find someone to help you get through this. You know what I'm saying? Because leaving it up to my devices, I wouldn't have been here.
I really love that. Like, this is a very vulnerable topic. So you can tell me, you just do this like Mexico. We ain't going there. A lot of people are not informed about HIV, Coach Adam, right? Years ago in my nonprofit, that was one of my big platforms. You don't know this. That was one of my big platforms. And I had a STEP program, and we did a lot of work with an agency out in Austin. I used to take the girls, I used to do performances, and we used to raise awareness about HIV. What do people need to know about HIV?
Man, people that are on the opposite end of it, just be supportive to those that have it. Coming from a place of not judging. Like, you never know how someone contracted it. It's not always from bad decisions, or maybe it was, and they trusted someone in a situation that didn't value them, or so with those that don't have it, what people need to understand is compassion and love. Show compassion and love. Like, yes, the medical industry has gone strides with preventative measures and treatments, but it is still something that's devastating that you have to like live with for the rest of your life. So just show people compassion. And for those that have it, accept it. Love yourself. You're not any worse because you have it. You're going to live. You're going to have life, and life abundantly. It's not the end of the world. and find people that with anything, not just with being diagnosed with an illness, find people that are going to love you and accept you for you, and that comes with the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful.
And we know about the good, bad, and the ugly. So beautiful. I love that. Thank you so much for the education, because ignorance is bliss. A lot of people, it's not that a lot of people don't have compassion. You just haven't taken the time to educate yourself. And I think that was the big thing for me. I wanted to be educated because of the community that I was afforded to start serving, and I wanted to make sure that I was educated enough just across the board. So I will say, to you, when you want to know something, just research it and ask questions, right? So thank you so much. This is what I love about life coaching. It allows you to be vulnerable, unapologetically, and without the shame. And the more we tell our story, the more lives we save. That's what we don't get. Like, the more you share your story, the more lives you may save, because somebody is always listening and saying, wow, right? Like, I have a similar story. And if she can do it, or if he can do it, I can do it too. So thank you for sharing that. So let's jump into Coach Adam, martial arts, right? Because I know people want to know about this. How do you use martial arts in the lifestyle of life coaching?
Man, so martial arts for me, it helps keeps me centered. It helps keep me grounded. And how I use it is, it constantly allows me to be in reflection of myself, looking in the mirror to make sure that the things that I'm pouring into other people is coming from a pure place. It's coming from a healed place. It's coming from a loving place. I'm giving you honor. I'm showing up with integrity. So that's what it does as far as affirming who I am and who I need to continuously work on from now until I die. And then for my my clients, just using some of those techniques like breathing, simple things, like even if you don't, or if you feel that you don't have the flexibility to do kicks, to do things, like martial arts is for everybody. Like there's something that you can take and gain from the tradition. So yeah, I incorporated into the workouts, I incorporated into the breathing, and then I use it just to teach some of those fundamental core values that we have as a kung fu artist.
What made you get into martial arts, and why did you decide to even take that up?
Martial arts actually found me. So I used to do club promotions back in the day. That was my beginning to
doing club promotions.
I used to be the life of the party. Like I know, I don't know how I look now, but when I tell you, I used to be the life of the party. People in Houston, if y'all on here from Houston, y'all know they used to call me the Turn Up King. But so yeah, like I used to do club promotions, and my goal has always been marketing and branding. So when we started doing club promotions, we had a residency at a club every night in downtown, and I hated the club. Like I hated being in there. Like after a while, it became a job. Like the music was the same. I'm working. I had to make sure that people get there, make sure the artists perform on time. Like it was just like, so I would take breathers. Like I would go outside to just, the club energy is, it's heavy. So and then when you working, it's like, it's not fun for the people that work there. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all going to have fun, but we're there working, making sure that you have fun. Mm-hmm. So as I'm outside, it was a group of bouncers at the time. They were doing security for all of the major clubs in Dallas, and I would just take a breather and go outside and just, that would be my rest. That would be my reset moment. And I would talk to some of these men, and they would be like, yeah, we do kung fu. Would you like to do it with us? And we would, at the time, we were going to the park in Irving, and we would just practice that. And then, just I work, sometimes I would work in their security, and then bounce at some of the clubs. But some of them are still bouncing now at some strip clubs in Dallas. But yeah, that's how I got into it.
Oh, that is so awesome. So those of you who are tuning in, you know what time it is now, right? I'm about to cut Coach Adam loose, and he's going to really talk to you about, as you heard, he has just different gifts. He's a martial artist. He's, a business consultant. You heard him say, he loves marketing. He has a nonprofit where he loves working with children and teaching entrepreneurship. And with all of that encompasses, he still is a certified life coach. So his topic today really comes from Proverbs 18:16, which says that your gifts will make room for you. And so if you are one of those serialpreneurs, like Coach Adam and I, like we're that, right? If you are one of those serialpreneurs and you are stuck in like, can I really have it all? Can I really do it all? Coach Adam is getting ready to school you on what that answer is so you can reflect and then get your whole life together, just as Coach Adam is doing in his life right now. So, Coach Adam, are you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. So, while I leave, because y'all ain't here for me no way, we're going to have a little time with Coach Adam. And Coach Adam, I will be back.
Okay. All right, Facebook, what is up? It's wonderful to have this time alone with you. And I have a couple notes, but we just gonna have a conversation. And to the answer to that question, can you do it? Are you stuck? The answer is, did somebody say Obama? The answer is yes, you can. Yes, you can. Yes, we can. And I'm gonna talk from a place of, y'all know I'm the gifted purpose coach. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about gifts. Okay, I'm gonna try to make sure I pay attention to the time. So that quote, the Proverbs 18:16, I'm gonna read the whole verse. Okay, it says, "A man's gifts maketh room for him, and bringeth him before great men." Okay, so remember that. All right, so the first question is, what is a gift? What is a gift? A gift is a natural ability or talent. That's it. Simple. Natural, a gift or talent. You were probably born with it. You may have developed it over time. You may have learned it. But it's something that you're naturally capable of doing. So in the chat, I would love to hear from you guys. What are some of your gifts? Can you list them? I'm gonna share with you some experiences. Remember, I take my trauma, turn it into my testimony. So I'm gonna share with you an experience. I was doing youth programs, teaching entrepreneurship in some apartment complexes here in Dallas called the Loop Apartments, formerly the Oasis. Very, very high in crime, one of the highest crime areas here in Dallas, if you're not from Dallas and familiar. But one of the questions that I would ask our children, outside of what is it that you want to be or what do you want to do in life, I would ask them, what are you great at? And our children, they could tell me everything that they couldn't do. They could tell me everything that they weren't great at. But when it came to the question of what are you great at, like out of my 10 kids, 8 of them couldn't tell me what they're great at. That was very heartbreaking for me. Like, very heartbreaking that they couldn't see within themselves the gifts that they had. So that's where I knew that I had a mission and I had work to do. So for me, showing up and being, like at a young age, I was molested, and certain things that we go through kind of shape how we show up, right? So my trauma was having me show up, like I was saying, in a shell, and I was afraid to use my gifts. So that's why, we create a business out of a need for something that we went through. And that's probably why you created that business. So that's what I decided to do. I believe that everybody has a gift that's unique to them, like a fingerprint. Out of the billions of people that are in the world, regardless to whether you're a twin, your fingerprint is different. Everybody has a unique gift that you were born with. Identify what that gift is so that you can live a life of purpose. So what we're going to talk about here briefly is how do you identify your gifts. So if you have a pen and paper, get out a pen and paper and write this down. I'm just going to go through 10 things real quickly for the sake of time, okay? Even though we got time, just real quick, okay? All right, making people beautiful, healing broken perspectives, helping people find purpose. That's it. That's what I do. Hello, how you doing? Hey, Nappy Coach Neil. Thank you. Love you. Me and you must. Okay, focus. All right. All right, so the first thing, y'all write this down. Y'all got a pen and paper. The first thing, and this is based off of my experience. There's no right or wrong way to identify. I'm just coming from a place of, this is what I went through, and this is how I got through it, okay? So this may work for you. You can take some of these tips, use it, add some with some other great people, and make it work for your life, apply it to your life. So step one is reflect, okay? Step one is reflect. Look in the mirror. So who are you? What is your potential? So when you say who are you, that's more than just your name. Who are you? Like, who are you really? When you leave this earth, and that lasting impression that you make on people, what are they gonna say about you? What are they gonna say about the type of person that you are? Who are you? And are you operating in your true potential? One, do you know yourself? You know? So for me, right, I wasn't using my gifts to serve my true purpose. Like I said earlier, I was just working in a job where I wasn't happy because I felt like, I didn't go to school, I didn't finish getting my degree, so I needed to make a certain amount, and I had a standard. Like, I had people that I looked up to in my family that had nice cars, nice houses, and that to me was the bar. So being somebody who didn't finish college, I was like, well, how am I going to reach this bar? I was comparing myself to somebody else, and getting a job that it was paying me great. The opportunity to make more money was there, but wasn't happy. I wasn't happy because I believe I was doing it for the wrong reasons, and that was to make money versus to create a purpose. So that's step one is reflect on where you are and in this moment in time. Step two, strong and sexy. We got a saying at the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs: do what makes you feel sexy. Like this, like sexy. You know what I'm saying? So what makes you feel strong and sexy? Um, what you're doing, does it make you feel easy? Does it make you feel light? Find those things that make you feel like that. It's just easy, it's breezy, it just makes you feel great when you do it. That may be a gift of yours. When you feel your best, you create opportunities for yourself. So when I'm showing up, I'm doing what makes me feel strong. I'm doing what makes me feel sexy, like this. Those are the times where I'm probably gonna create something for myself. People are gonna look at me like I looked at Master Coach, like, who is he with these fly glasses? Like, creating opportunities for yourself because you feel good about yourself. So it must be something good in you. and that's going to turn into something, and that may help you identify your gifts. And for me, what makes me feel strong and sexy is helping people. There's a great motivational speaker by the name of Les Brown. And Les Brown said that if you want to do what you love, find something that you love doing and make that a job. And Les Brown, he liked to talk. So he found a business. He found a way to talk and make money, right? So my thing is helping people. That's why I'm a consultant. That's why I do the nonprofit work. My thing is helping people. It makes me feel great about myself. So that's 2. All right. Number 3, time is money. Okay. Time is money. All right. What do you spend your time and your money doing? That may be an indication of your gifts, of something that you naturally spend a lot of money doing. You spend a lot of time. So it goes back to that reflection. When it comes to your desires, we spend money and time on what we are passionate about. So you do it subconsciously, I'm sure. Maybe you're conscious of it. I would hope you are. But that's an indication of how to identify what your gifts are. I was spending my time working and sleeping. And the wake up call for me and how I felt out of alignment, because I wasn't feeling as much money as we were making at the company. I wasn't able to spend it because we worked so much. So I didn't feel strong and sexy, except for on Fridays, our only one off day. We didn't get 2 off days; we only got 1. And that was the only time where I could just kind of just let loose. So for me, I had to readjust what I was spending my time doing, what I was spending my money on. So I hope that helps kind of identify it for you. Number 4 is loved ones. LOVE, me. As people that you love, what are your best and worst qualities? Have someone help you to see yourself. Ask them, what do you think I am great at? Excuse me. Why is it important for us to know what our worst qualities are? Like, I like to look at things from a yin yang perspective. Like in our in my practice of Kung Fu, we know that it's not all light. Like, that's why the yin yang has a part of light with a black circle in the middle and a part of black with a white circle in the middle. We show up knowing that in a situation of light, I have to keep that dark place so that I don't go back to it. And for knowing what it is that you're not great at, sometimes you just need to know when you suck. You don't need to be doing that because you suck at it. And you need to know that. And friends, your loved ones, right? They're going to come from a place of love and compassion. Don't talk to the haters. The haters are just fuel, okay? But those loved ones, they're going to come from a place of, Adam, I loved you, but you suck at optimization, or you suck at X, Y, and Z. Maybe you should, find something else. All right. So that was 4. Step 5. All right, y'all, writing this down. Thank you, Master Nappy Coach Nia. She putting it in the chat. So just in case you missed it, step 5 is the inner child. The inner child. So ask yourself or your family, what did you love doing as a child? If you can't remember, it kind of goes back to that, what we spend our time doing. I believe that our gifts come from a divine place. Whitney Houston said, singing comes from God. You can't be taught how to sing. It's a gift that comes from the Most High, if you believe what Whitney Houston said that. I didn't say it. But I do believe that you are born with your gifts like your fingerprint. And we are naturally drawn to our purpose as a child. So if you can't remember that time, ask your parents or ask people that you grew up with, what were some of the things that I like to do when I was young? So like at an early age, my innocence was taken. So I showed up. I was always afraid to show my gifts. I think it's just a byproduct of being molested or whatever. But in my adult life, I was like, you know what? No, I'm about to express my gifts. I'm about to put them out in the world, and I'm gonna figure it out. Like if this gift is not for me, at least I can die without regret and say, at least I tried it. I figured out. I may have sucked at it, but I tried it and I put it out there, and I stopped letting my trauma be my cage. Okay. Step six. Step six is manifest. All right. So for me, how do you get it from your mind to the corporeal? Right? How do you get it from a thought in my head to actual reality? Right? The first thing for me that I did was I write it down. Write down your gifts. So for those that are here in the chat, I appreciate y'all for being here with me. Write down 5 things that you are great at. Write down 5 things that you like doing, 5 hobbies, 5 talents. Because like I said, my kids couldn't answer those questions. So I hope, and I would love to see if you guys can know within yourself, what are 5 things that you are great at? And that helped me to understand the things that I can offer to the world, right? All right, so step 7. So step 1 was reflect. That's where we look in the mirror. Step 7 is where we look out the window. Okay, so look for talent in others. Step 7 is looking out the window. Look for talents in other people. Okay, I'm gonna read to y'all a quote. What you see in other people is a reflection of yourself. Okay, so when you judging me, you are judging yourself. A person of goodness sees goodness in others, and a person of evil sees evil in others. So take that into concept of getting inspired by watching someone utilize their gifts. I intentionally put myself in environments where people are living their best life. Okay. They're making the sacrifice, they're taking that leap, they're believing in themselves, and they're pursuing what they want to do. And if it's something that I may have wanted to do, I'm going to try it, or I'm going to put myself around someone who's doing it so I can figure out, hey, I wonder, I want to say, I wonder, do I like that? I'm going to hang around some musicians, right? I'm going to put myself in that environment, right? Because inspired people inspire people. So maybe that would help you identify where your gifts are. Okay. And maybe get a mentor, take a class, like really develop it. So that's step 7. Look out the window. Step 8. That has always been. I'm reading the comment here. As a child, I've always been the helper, so it is natural. But as I got older, I felt people was taking my kindness for weakness. Hey, and like as somebody that helps people, we're heart-centered people. That is so true. I'm happy that you sent this comment, because that's what I love about being a life coach. Is you kind of have to create those boundaries, right? So as a helper, just understand that when you're giving, make sure that you don't give so much that you're replenished, or send them an invoice. How you doing? I'm a consultant. Send them an invoice, maybe that'll help. Okay. So step 8, take inventory. So take stock of the books you read, the music you listen to, the movies that you watch. It may help you identify, like, I'm spending my time, I'm always watching these type of movies. Maybe that can help me identify my gifts. these kind of tell you what you value because you spending your money watching it, you spending your time digesting it into your spirit. So is there something in those books, in those movies that you're watching that's lighting your fire? Is there something in there that's resonating with you? And then once you identify it, now go further with it. Take a workshop, connect with mentors, get a class, go to a convention. Take it a little step deeper. Now let me speak from a place of experience. For me, I watch a lot of nerd stuff. Like I love DCU, I love MCU, I love cartoons, I love comic books. So one of my gifts, y'all know I'm a serial entrepreneur, is I'm an artist. I like to draw. So just by observing the fact that I watch a lot of cartoons, I watch a lot of nerd movies, right? I'm a proud nerd. Okay. That helped me identify like maybe I need to put out this comic book. Maybe I need to start a cartoon. So just to help. All right, step 9, and I hope we're doing great on time because I don't know. All right, step 9 is it's the thanks for me. Thanksgiving just passed. Step 9 is the thanks. All right, it's the thank you for me. Okay, it's nothing like being appreciated and valued, right? So remember what you have been thanked for. When you show up in people and you're just doing you, living your life, your natural life, right? What are people saying thank you to you for? What do they say? What do they say thank you? Thank you for this. What was that thing? If you get that repeatedly, that may be an identifier of your gifts. We can lean on what people thank us for on a regular basis. So hopefully that'll help. One thing, like a few people have told this to me. Yeah, I don't know if this is true, but people have said this to me. People tell me I'm an angel. You know what I'm saying? Like, thank you to be you're just such a nice person. Thank you for helping me. Like, and to be quite honest, like it's really a fuel. It's really a affirmation for me that I must be doing what I'm supposed to be doing because people are grateful that I'm helping them. And sometimes, like we were saying earlier, like people taking advantage. It's one thing for someone to take advantage of you, but it's a whole nother thing for you to go out of your way and help people when you sacrifice, when you're selfless. Okay. Come on, all invoices. I need all the invoices. Boundaries, you know what I'm saying? Pay me, okay? I don't mind the help, but I got a team to pay. I got family to feed. It ain't just me out here, as a business owner. I ain't no CEO doing all the work. I got people to pay, okay? Pay me. Thank you. You helping a lot of people, for real. All right, so step 10, last step, is change. Last step is change, okay? Be open to change. All right. As we grow, we change and we evolve. Don't let complacency create a repetitive story. Don't let complacency create your story, right? So be open to, as you grow and evolve, you're going to do different things. If you want to have something that you've never had, you're going to have to do something that you ain't never done. And that's uncomfortable. Be open to that. Embrace that change. If it ain't serving you, like what if I would have stayed in that position at that company that I shall not name? What if I would have stayed there? Because I'm afraid to change. All right, so we're gonna make this quick. So what happens to a tree that doesn't grow? Right? It dies. So as a martial artist, that's something that we learn is that we have to always be willing to forever be a student. I'm a teacher, right? But I will always be a student, no matter how old or how great I become. I'll always be open to learning and changing. And I literally had to do that because I was going to die. Like it was literal for me. So once you have identified those gifts, once you've identified, what do you do next? After like I hope y'all put it in the chat. Once you know what your gifts are, what do you do next? Well, motherfucker, you use them. Okay, how you doing? That's it. Simple. I cuss. Okay, y'all. I chose not to drink right now, but it's my birthday. But you use the gifts. Once you've identified the gifts, use them. Put them out there. Put it out there. And going back to that Proverbs 18:16, a man's gift maketh room for him and bringeth him before great men. When you use your gifts, when you put them out there, that's now we talking purpose. Now we talking, oh, you operating in your purpose now because you're using your gifts because that came from a divine place. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And you creating them opportunities for yourself. Okay. Somebody holler if you hear me. Church say amen. Okay. Now we getting somewhere. Now you adding value to not only your life, but lives of the people that are around you. So, and I think I'm almost done. So now I'm gonna add a little bit of the secret sauce. Okay. So y'all pay attention. Y'all write this down. This is important. Secret sauce. Okay. Secret sauce. Don't tell nobody else. Ashe. Don't tell nobody else. Secret sauce. Okay. It's just for us because we having a conversation because we family, and that's what Big Mama wanted. Okay, so the secret sauce, right? Identifying your gifts, living a life of purpose. The only way for you to keep your gifts is to give it away. How am I the only way I'm gonna keep this can of? They don't sponsor us yet. How I'm gonna keep this can of whatever this is? I got to give it away. That's how I'm gonna keep it. Yeah, that's it. The only way for you to keep what is given to you is give it to others, right? I'm gonna read one more Bible verse. This is First Peter 4:10, right? It says, "As each has received a gift, use it to serve another, as good stewards of God's varied grace." I'm gonna read that again. As each has received a gift, use it to serve another, as good stewards of God's varied grace. What you doing with that gift if you ain't being a blessing to other people? What you doing with that gift if you only helping your family? What are you doing with that gift if that gift is not adding value to your community? If that gift is not adding value to those children, those youth that are coming up after you? Like, as y'all can see, the world is in a state of where the change agents got to step in and create some change. So we have to be the change that we want to see. And once we become that change, use those gifts to serve. Use those gifts to help. Use those gifts to be a blessing. Use those gifts to encourage, to inspire, right? We need you because like that fingerprint, if you don't do it, ain't nobody else got that fingerprint. If you don't do it, if you don't show up and be the person that you were destined and purposed to be, we lose out. The world loses out on something great. And that's you. So yeah, I made it. Oh, so we still got time to talk. Okay. Okay. Because I'll keep going. I'll find something.
Yes, Coach Adam, baby. You had got into a flow. I had to put my glasses on. I said, wait a minute there. When I come back on, I gotta be ready. I have to be ready to read all these comments. That was so great, Coach Adam. You know, as you were speaking, I said, man, the genius zone is addictive. Y'all, when you tap into that good genius zone, when you get out of that mediocre, that low vibrational thinking in life and learning, even we learn on a low vibrational spectrum as well. You have to seek, and that's what Coach Adam said. Like, I seek to go into rooms that are going to challenge me to grow. And that's that genius zone. Baby, you had tapped into it. You had tapped into it. So, y'all, if you loved that isolated, learning session with Coach Adam, send your biggest takeaway right now. Just put it in the comment. Your biggest takeaway. He listed 10 ways that you can really express your gifts. There's something, y'all know I always read something um, from Gay Hendricks, right? So, Gay Hendricks is someone that I've been studying because I was introduced to him by Susie Batiste. And Gay Hendricks said that when you're thinking about your gifts, it says the goal in life is not to attain some imaginary ideal. Not this imaginary ideal, like you're hoping and you're wishing for somebody else's life. That's imaginary because you don't even know the obstacles that they are facing every day to even to live that life or to maintain that life. And so you're wishing to have somebody's life, and what you're doing is you're receiving all of their trauma that go with it, all of their obstacles, all of their fears. But if you just find what makes you happy, right? If you find what makes you happy, then you will find your gifts. So what it really says is the goal in life is not to attain some imaginary idea. It is to find and fully use our own gifts. Period. So what questions do y'all have for Coach Adam? Because y'all done flooded this timeline. It ain't the time to be quiet right now, right, Coach Adam? If you have any questions for Coach Adam, if you have any comments, the time is right now for you to ask him while he is here with us, because Coach Adam be like super busy. Okay, while we're waiting for questions, Coach Adam. So Coach Adam is the coach that will call me early in the morning, right? Like he will call me. He gonna call me, he gonna text me. But when I be calling Coach Adam and he don't answer the phone, baby, my response be like UGH. Like UGH. I need for you to answer the phone because he's always freaking busy, y'all. Coach Adam, you have been such a delight. You have been such a delight to go through those 10. Shout out to Nappy Coach. Nappy Coach, she was your transcriber today. I think my favorite one is the one that we run away from the most, and that's the inner child. Because I'm so childish. Like I am so childish, right? And when you can tap into that, and I want you just to speak a little bit more because I think because we still have time as our great coaches are on here thinking of a profound question to ask you, coaches. Okay.
Tap in, coaches.
Right, tap in. Because if Coach Adam was on here listening, Coach Adam would have already sent us 10 questions. He would have already sent it. Y'all already know how he show up in excellence. But when you tap into that inner child, when an adult hears that, what does that really mean, Coach Adam?
So, for me, that means that thing that I was created to do. Like it goes, for me, it goes into the spirit. And those things when we're children, we haven't been programmed, we haven't been conditioned. Like we're at our purest. I believe we're at our purest when we are young, and then right before when we about to get called home. So in that time of us being a child, that's where that gift was the purest. That's where it was like the highest frequency was. I gave you here. I sent you here for a purpose. This is the Most High. I sent you here for a purpose. I sent you here for a reason, and you were born with it. You were born with that light that I gave you, and nobody else can dim your light but you. So whatever that gift is, the child is who knew it the best.
That's it, y'all. It was the child that knew it the best. I remember, Coach Adam, when I was a child, right? A lot of people have heard my story. I started my first business when I was 7. But I remember when I used to, because I really wasn't a big doll player, but I used to have like bears, and I would set the bears up and I would talk to the bears about their problems. So already as a child, I had an imagination where I gave bears trauma. I gave them their own trauma, and then I sat with them and I helped them. At the time, I was already coaching bear. So you know what I said? I've been coaching for 15 years, 16 years. Child, I have been coaching since I was a child because I truly gave those bears their own trauma so I could sit down and help them. And one by one, I would sit down and ask them, so what is it that you need? You know? And you're so right. We already start expressing our gifts, already living in our gifts as a child. So if you can just sit down and reflect on things that you did when you were younger, whether you were the person out there and you were baking those nasty mud pies, but you know, everybody make the mud pies, but your mud pie looked like a pie because you had the gift. And you tricked people where people ate that pie. We was like, what the hell is this that we just ate? It was a whole mud pie. You know, you were already maybe singing, or maybe you were that person that could you could turn those backflips. Like I had a friend who could really flip, and maybe they should have became a gymnast or something, but we see our gifts as when we're young because we're free without fear. Yeah, that is so good. Okay, Coach. So we didn't get any questions in here from Facebook, but we're also streaming from YouTube. I can never see the comments over there. Okay. So, Coach, how can everybody find you here on Facebook and also on Instagram?
Okay. So on Instagram, you can follow me at Boss Together. I don't have a personal page, but I'm going to create a personal page. Instagram for me is a tool that I only use for my business. So, but you can follow me at Boss Together, BOSS Together on Instagram. Keep up with me on Facebook. You can follow me at Adam Morris on Facebook. I'm relaunching all of my websites January, so I'll have more updates soon. But for now, Adam Morris on Facebook will give you all of my updates, all of my new Instagrams to follow, my serial businesses that I just come up with at the middle of the night and just go buy a DBA and just say, I'll make that a business. So yeah, and I'll keep y'all updated and keep you flooded.
I love that. In the middle of the night. You know what? That's a business idea. Let me go get that DBA, right? That
Rent them
so
spoons. Rent them spoons.
Coach Adam, do you have anything coming up that everybody needs to know about? Do you have anything coming up?
So yes, we have I have a program called Create and Conversate on Facebook Live and Bigo Live every Thursday at 11 a.m. That's Create and Conversate. That shit rhyme. I should be a rapper, but I'm not. I'm a creator. And what I do is I draw. I talk about the applications that I use, design softwares, and we talk about mental health. We talk about business tips and things that relate to being an entrepreneur and being a creative. We also have a distribution event coming up, I believe December the 13th. I hope that's right. December the 18th. December the 18th from 3 to 5 at Fraser Courts. It's it used to be a projects in West Dallas, and the city revitalized it, and we're just going out there. We're going to have fun, have DJs, car clubs, and we're just giving the community things that they need. And look forward to more programming coming soon. So if you want to get involved, if you know what your gift is, one thing that we believe in is that I can relate to the people that relate to me, right? But if you know what your gifts are and you want to be a part of this program, we need you to pour into these youth because they're missing you, and you using your gift to inspire them. We need that. So if you want to work with us during the summer, We'll be doing, like, we have about three summer programs we'll be doing starting in the after winter break, when the kids come back from winter break, and also in the summertime. So please get involved. Our kids, they're in need of people that know that they have a gift to give to the world, and our kids are ready to receive it, and hopefully that'll change the landscape of our community. So a website relaunching, bosstogether.org. Stay on the lookout for our consulting. It's called Legacy Consulting and Coaching. That's where you can find me for all your business coaching. I do business operations, sales, marketing, and branding, and life coaching.
Love it. Mental health life coaching at that.
Mental health.
Yes, he is a certified mental health life coach through the Global Institute for Coaches and Entrepreneurs. I'm going to send you back real quick. Coach Adam, I want you to gather your mind together, because you will depart with some words of wisdom. So if you need to jot you some notes down, I'll let you do that. I'm going to go into some announcements, and I'll bring you back in a couple of minutes. Okay. So did y'all love Coach Adam? Like, he's just a breath of fresh air for me. I love Coach Adam. We're getting ready to go into our announcement segment, right? So this is for all of our certified life coaches, the mental health certification, which is, it says December the 10th, but that is not true. It is December the 11th. Let me go ahead and get that updated, because y'all will be like trying to show up December the 11th, and you'll be like, Master Coach, you said December the 11th. And I'm like, y'all know what day that I meant. So let's get that back up here with the correction. Awesome. So on December the 11th, it's only for JICE coaches. It is the last mental health certification for the year, right? So those of you who are here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, what does that mean for you? That means that in 2022, when we start our new hiring process for our mental health platform, where you're out here serving clients and you can finally get paid for it, you will already have the mental health certification out of the way, because it is a mandatory training that you need to take. So you can go ahead and get out of the way. Right now, we are offering a special, a holiday special, $399, and you can put it on the payment plan. So $399, y'all know that is what, $14.95. So why are we offering such a generous discount? Because I need y'all out here serving. I need y'all out here serving, so you can also see a return on your investment, right? So, I teach that we don't do free. So I don't do free. So you need to invest. You need to invest in your education. You need to invest in your personal development, just like we invest in looking cute, just like we invest in, showing up in excellence and making sure we got, our good hair on and our good clothes on and our good lip gloss on and all that good stuff. So invest in your personal development. So send me an inbox, because it's going down next Saturday. The mental health certification is a fun certification. It's where all of our coaches come together from all over the globe, and then you get to work with those coaches like independently, especially when you go off into the case study. So I always love that. Our other announcement is, do you have Texas Medicaid and need mental health life coaching and counseling? Okay. Hey, Coach Blossom. Look, y'all, Coach Blossom said no free. Coach Blossom, no, honey, because I'll be on her too. No freebies over here. Amen, Coach Blossom. That was a good announcement, okay? But do you have Texas Medicaid and need mental health life coaching and counseling? If you do, please visit us at www.jiceloves.org and fill out our form. There we have downloadable information sheets. Even if you don't, but you want to know more about our program, you can go get all of our information at jiceloves.org. We are truly making an impact, y'all. We are making an impact. Life coaches, let me get close to y'all. An unregulated, y'all, profession. We out here impacting lives. We out here taking whole insurance so we can get people lives together. That's what we do. We save lives. You might as well, you can't get rid of us. We're here, right? And so instead of saying, oh my gosh, they didn't go to school for 90 years like I did and they don't have a certification, just partner with us because you burned out too, right? So we have therapists, we have counselors, we have doctors, we have teachers, we have community leaders, we have everybody working with us so we can continue to make an impact, not only in our communities, but in our children's lives, because our children are, y'all, we just had another shooting. We had a shooting here in Texas. We just had another shooting in another state where there were other children that died at gun violence. And it's only going to get worse until we decide to come together as a community and offer all levels of services to our community. That's what we should be doing. We need to be offering all levels of service, not just one, because one is not good enough anymore. So we are a mobile counseling service where we go to the homes, we meet our clients where they are. That's what makes us so unique and so damn beautiful. I love it, right? The other thing is I talked about the Medicaid. Do we have any more announcements? A couple of you have reached out to me about Domination 2022. Domination 2022 Mastermind is a mastermind that I had decided to do. I thought that I really wanted to go like massively public with it. And then when I started getting inquiries with it, because we had ran an ad, y'all, I wasn't ready for it. I was not ready for it. So we ran an ad and we started getting inquiries in. And I was just like, LaKendra, do you have the capacity to do this in excellence? And the answer, I had to be honest with myself. And the answer was no. I did not have the capacity to be overwhelmed with, especially people who I have never met before and never trained. So what I did is I narrowed it down to 5 women. 5 women. So I have 1 coach and 4 entrepreneurs. So one of our coaches, so actually we'll have 6 because there will be a coach that will win it. So I have 1 coach and 5 other entrepreneurs. Is it just for women? No, it's for women and men, but it was just mostly women who did the inquiry. So we will be starting on December the 8th, and I'm so excited because they are getting ready to get their whole life together. I mean, we're going to have so much fun just, getting crystal clarity. We're going to have so much fun putting their gifts, bringing all their gifts out, getting clarity, and then getting on the road to success for 2022 without fear, without judgment, but in radical movement and flow, because that's what I do. And I'm excited. I'm excited for the lucky 6. So congratulations to the 6 who got into that mastermind, because I did it for dirt cheap. Because as I explained, I didn't do anything radical in my nonprofit where I really give back. So this is where I decided to sow my seed. So it definitely is a big seed that I'll be sowing, because I have to plan and prepare for it on top of everything else that I do. So we're getting ready to bring Coach Adam back to the stage. Coach Adam, you better get rid of all that noise in that background.
They please.
So Coach Adam.
So yes.
The parting words for everybody that's tuning in.
Yes. So the parting words is trust the process. So we talked a lot about gifts and developing your gifts, identifying them, establishing them, living your purpose. Just understand that it's a process, y'all. Like what the type of martial arts that I do is called Kung Fu, right? Kung Fu. And what Kung Fu means is, it's not about fighting. Kung Fu means time and effort. Time and effort. That's what Kung Fu means. Time and effort paved the way to taking loss and turning it into opportunities. So I just advise you guys, just stay encouraged. You're gonna fall, you're gonna want to quit. Just continue to show up even when you don't want to, and always just show up and trust the process. Trust what the lessons that you need to learn. Trust the healing that you need to do. Trust the people that you need to cut off, and be able to receive and surrender to yourself. Just trust the process, and you are going to be exactly who you were meant to be.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Coach Adam. I am going to leave y'all with a little video. I just decided to do this. It was supposed to be a part of the announcements, but we didn't have it ready yet. So a lot of you know, and a lot of you don't know, that I am a part of a reality show that is called Boss Ladies of Dallas. And we are right now in a position, a really, really good position, where networks are looking at us to pick up the show. And so we are in the works of raising our followers, so we can show that we can hold our own weight, right? And so we will be doing live on today, and I want to share this video because I want you all to be able to follow us, especially if you're here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, because we will be representing our city in a lot of positivity, women showing love, spreading love, none of that ratchetness. And I'm just really excited to be a part of it. So we will be doing a Facebook watch on tonight, because we did actually launch our first kind of like mini introduction, but the first episode will be coming out on December the 10th. And so we just want to get everybody just kind of like in the flow of watching us on every Friday, find out where to watch us and all that good stuff. So I will be sharing this video, and I want y'all to have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And I will see y'all on next Friday, because I'll be back, right? With another great coach. So I'll see you on next Friday. And I'm going to get the video put up right now. And thank y'all for tuning in for Success Power Hour Friday with Master Coach LaKendra Smalley. I see you back there, Coach Adam. Okay, here it is.
Hello and welcome to the Boss Ladies of Dallas. Hi, I'm Janetta Carrier, and I am the creator and executive producer of the new reality show, Boss Ladies of Dallas. Listen, if you're anything like me, I got so tired of seeing women of color portrayed in such a negative way on reality TV. So I decided to do something about it. I brought together 6 dynamic women of color here in the DFW area that run and own their own business. We have formed a sisterhood, and we're all about women empowering women. So tonight, you would have an opportunity to meet them. But first, a little bit of housekeeping. If you would, go to your Facebook page, Boss Ladies of Dallas. Join, like, comment, share, and tell all your friends about it. Also go to our IG page, The Boss Ladies of Dallas, and do the same. Each Friday night, you will be able to view our show on Roku, Fire Stick TV, YouTube, Facebook Watch, and IGTV. I am so excited, and I hope you are too. So let's meet the Boss Ladies of Dallas.
Bye, y'all.
Hello, and welcome to the Boss Ladies of Dallas.